Und danach Herr Alex Høgh Andersen.
Josefin Asplund!
That's how you say it in Danish.
So what do we do? Do we do
I don't
like we
know.
did yesterday?
Can we fit all three of us on the couch?
No, we'll switch up.
Should
we'll
we
switch up.
Should we pull the couches together?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like
Okay,
that.
let's
yeah.
do that.
Perfect.
Okay. Good morning, kids.
Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again.
Hello. Hello. Guten Morgen. Morgen.
Hello.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour.
How do you say good morning in Danish?
Come on.
Good morning.
Come on.
So Josefin is Swedish and I'm Danish, and obviously we have a feud going on. So you'll hear that throughout the next 45 minutes. She'll be talking bad about Danish people, and I'll be talking bad about Swedish people, and you'll make fun of my language. And
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, that's true though.
Is Swedish? Is it morning in Swedish a little bit nicer than?
It's sadly yes. Swedish is beautiful and Danish is kind of awkward.
Please, Swedish.
God morgon.
Good morning. Good morning.
And mine is like, come on. That's basically it.
Exactly.
I think we should just switch. You should switch from Danish to Swedish and be done. Because you are like mad at your own language. Are you here to take pictures or are you here to talk to people?
I'm here to take.
So, okay, let's start.
Let's start.
What are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about how. Okay. What's the difference between? Well, what do you eat for breakfast in Sweden versus Denmark?
Probably fruit. Just
Is it same?
So it's all vegan in Sweden, and in Denmark it's bacon, sausage. Oh my god, that's like here though.
Yeah, so
I
you
love
better
bacon.
behave yourself right now. You're getting yourself into a car.
No. I love bacon and sausages. I'm half Polish as well, so I mean,
okay,
I'm
there
brought
you
up
go.
on meat.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, because for me, as somebody that's not from there, like all the Scandinavian countries are the same. Like Denmark is the same as Sweden is the same as
It's
Norway.
kind of true, but it's also
It's also
a little
not.
false. Yeah.
It's totally false.
Yeah.
I would say Danish people are
Nice. Swedish people are obnoxious, pretentious, a little self-entitled.
So, I'll see you later.
Sorry, we gotta stop that now because we need to talk about what people really.
Well,
want to
I'm
listen to.
sure people really would want to talk about, the different, a little series that you did
Yeah.
together, Vikings. Nur zu Bescheid sagen, wie gestern, wann Sie waren hier gestern, super, Sie wissen das schon. Für die nicht da gestern waren, weil Sie haben eine Frage, einfach melden sich. Und wir haben heute Tanja. Tanja ist da. Und sie hat die Mikro, sie werden zu Ihnen kommen und einfach fasst die Mikro nicht an, weil sonst, wir müssen ein bisschen sicher sein. Ich habe schon eine Hand gesehen, hier vorne. Tanja, hier gibt's eins und dann schon, oh mein Gott, da gibt's Tausende schon.
Aber das ist gut. Das ist gut.
Ja.
Danke sehr.
Sorry. Hello.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. In Viking, if you have the choice to play another character, no matter the genders, who would you play?
Good question.
That's a good question. Who would you play?
Not Ivor.
Hate that guy.
Yeah, creepy dude.
Annoying.
That
Screams a
Ivor.
lot.
Yeah.
I would go either Lagatha or because she's fun. Like and also she fights a lot, and that was fun. I didn't never get to fight because, handicap. So, but sorry, but either Lagatha or Froggy or King Egbert. I fucking love King Egbert. Linus Roach, a phenomenal actor. He was great.
Yeah.
So that's 3.
I think I'll go with Björn, actually.
No.
Yeah. Because he gets to hook up with a lot of beautiful girls. I mean, Jesus.
Oh, I never
Björn
thought
is
about
a
that.
man
Björn,
boy.
definitely Björn.
Björn is a deadbeat dad.
I did an interview with him in Toronto in Canada, and the guy literally, Alexander Ludwig, literally had forgotten the amount of women that he had been with. They were like, so how, they were doing like a test or like, you know, answering, giving us questions that we had to answer correctly, and he completely blew that one. I knew that he had been with 5. He was like, 3, 4, and I was like, dude, it's 5. He couldn't even remember how many girls he'd been with. That's crazy.
That's not right.
It's also a little bit too much, Michael Hurst.
That is not right, right?
Right, it's a kind of not, you know.
But at least, like, he didn't, you know, sleep with somebody and their mom, you know, like some people on the stage.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not you.
No, not me. No, not me.
That's a little bit weird.
But hey,
that's a little bit too much.
Hey, we push the boundaries on this show, right?
It's
We try to.
They love to fucking eat and come on. That's what they do.
That's-
you know?
that's-
They rage, they sleep with each other, they eat and drink.
Hey,
I love
that's
them.
why you watch it too.
That's
Come
why
on, be
everybody-
honest.
Why
I
everybody-
watch it for the tits. No, sorry, you couldn't say that.
I watch it for the tattoos.
That's some great tattoos on there, weren't there?
Totally.
I watch it for the braids.
How long did it take to get all of your tattoos on, Josie?
We have like a one piece that we put on, because first my tattoo started off just as a neck tattoo, which was easy, but then it grew, you know. It might have taken 20 minutes?
Really?
25? It took longer to take it off, because you had to like scrub it off. But of course, and then I had my leg tattoo, I had my back tattoo, and in my naked scenes, you would see that. So that would take maybe, but not more than like 30 minutes.
No, it's
honestly.
like those
And
candy
it's like a sticker,
tattoos.
like, you know, when you were a kid. And
Yeah,
you put a
you
sticker
rub it on.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it's
And then
tattoos
you
from candy. That's
powder
literally
it.
what it is. They
then,
put
yeah.
in water and they're stuck.
But taking it off, yeah, that took longer.
Were there any that you would want to keep?
Oh yeah.
Are there any that you did keep?
No, because I'm not that brave.
You're not the brave.
No, I'm not that brave.
You think
And
it hurts or what?
I knew that I would be hearing my mom yell at me for so long for getting that tattoo. So straight away I was like, that's a no-go. Sorry.
So you're a mama's boy.
Yeah. Apparently so.
So there was some other in the middle, I think.
Hi.
Hi.
Alex, do you think at the end, you know, Freddy's Katya,
Freddy's catching. Yeah, good one.
was she really Katya and Freddy's, or she was only Katya and only Ivar saw her as Freddy's?
I think that you are absolutely correct with the last thing. I think it was. I don't think it was the same person. We had the same actress portraying the character, but I think Katja was just everything that represented a part of Ivor and a way of life that Ivor could have had that he didn't get, and a love that he didn't get, and that he eventually destroyed and killed himself, sadly. Dumbass. But yeah, I think it was a completely different person. But it added a nice, interesting element to the drama that Katja and Fredis was portrayed by the same actress, because it became like a POV, like a mental state that Ivor was in, and he couldn't see past that, and I found that very interesting. Yeah. Good question. Solid.
In the back?
Hi. I already asked Marco this question last time, and I was wondering what you think. So who do you think of Ragnar's sons carried on his legacy the most, or the best?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one, because we actually somebody asked that question yesterday, and it's hard to figure out, because I think all of the sons represent different parts of Ragnar, but
I want to wait and see if
Josephine
has the same answer that we have.
because I apparently did the correct answer according to Joe, but Josephine, no pressure.
Björn.
Wrong.
That was a joke. It's a very good question. I would say Ivor though.
Nice.
I would.
Nice.
I would. Not just to lick his ass.
You
But
get-
I would.
You get half a point for
Nice.
Ivor.
I was Uber because of the adventure. the adventure element, the amount, the expanding, going through, and also Jordan was awesome, and he was Australian too, like Ragnar, like Travis. So it was just, and they looked literally the same.
Crazy. They are so, yeah, that's right.
But I remember when we were auditioning for it, and Jordan showed up, and I was like, and he started speaking with his Australian accent, and we were like, dude, you already got the part, just go home. You look 1-to-1 like Ragnar. Just go home, Jordan. And obviously he did get the part.
But did he fight enough,
Like
to keep his legacy?
Oh no, that's true.
I mean, he was a bit of a.
That's true. He was a bit of a.
Ivar was, he had a goal for sure, but
we could have seen more from Luca, absolutely.
Totally, and
Totally.
Jordan is such a fantastic actor as well. So it's just.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
should have gotten more stuff. Yeah.
So the young lady here in the brown is like healing her arm. So here's
Oh
one
god,
side and then here's
one there and then one there.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is for the both of you. How did your experience in Vikings shape you as an actor of the day?
Oh, good one. Josephine, you start.
Why do I start?
Because I have to think about this one.
Look, I need to think too. That is a very good question because I mean, when I started on Vikings, I was 24, so the oldest of the new people coming, and I'd done a few movies and a few TV shows before in Sweden and abroad, but this was something else. Like, just, I mean, the fan base, the size of the whole thing, it was quite overwhelming, but it was so fun. And I learned how to shoot very long days with a lot of material in this whole machine, and it taught me a lot. Like, it gave me a lot of experience.
In
But I
horrible
think-
weather.
And horrible weather, Jesus Christ. That I pushed that away from my memory. Because
Josephine, did you do Vikings before Girl with the Dragon Tattoo or
yeah,
after?
I mean, Girl with the Dragon 2 was my very first part.
Mm.
So that was my introduction.
Good start. Good start.
So that was special. And then I remember I shot Swedish movies after that, and I was like, where the hell is my breakfast? I came from this huge American shoot to a Swedish one, which is completely different. And with Vikings, it was a little bit the same. It was such a big production. And I think, I mean, a lot of experience, but also as a person, being so young, entering this whole thing, I don't think I understood how big it was at that point. I was like, yeah, let's just play a Viking. Astrid, working with a sword. It was nothing more than that. But now afterwards, I realized how big it was and how much it actually affected my life. And getting to know you guys was incredible.
That was like.
And I learned
50%
do
of it.
not drink the night before you
Shoot.
shoot.
Don't do that.
Just don't.
Repeatedly. Don't do that. Repeatedly.
Exactly.
Like Josephine always did. No. I completely agree. I was 21 when I got the part, so I was green as well. Had no clue. I was not at all as experienced as Josephine.
Yes.
Josephine was like, she was a major deal when she got on. I was like, that's Josephine, oh my god, girl with the dragon tattoo, oh my god, and that beautiful suite, and I was like, oh my god, yeah.
Did you recognize Marco from Mikkel the
Mikkel and the Golden
Yeah.
Guard? Absolutely.
No, but you knew each other, right?
We knew each other.
Before
We
you
did a
started
short just before. Like, we did a short film together just before we got the part. So we auditioned together. But getting back to your question, it shaped me completely because it taught me everything that I know now in front of a camera, or at least expanded that into something that's, something I can't put into words or into money, how much I would pay for to just get that experience. It made me a better human, a better actor, a better man. It created an enormous amount of practical experience that I will now draw on for the rest of my life. And it also taught me that we are all in this together. That on such a massive show like Vikings, and we're 300 people on set, and we all have to get on top of the mountain, we all have to shoot in horrible conditions and do Icelandic lines, and I have to crawl around like a handicap, and I can't do that if I don't have a lovely costume girl that takes care of me, or the DPs, the photographers that are carrying, and the grips carrying the camera on top of a goddamn mountain, right? So we're all in this together, and that was what I learned a lot. You're not better than anybody else. We're all in this together, and we carry this together, and that's why Vikings became such a successful show, because it was created by phenomenal, friendly, welcoming, positive people.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Right here in the Cape.
Yes, sorry. So obviously Vikings at least somehow based on real events, so like the Great Heathen Army, Ragnar Lothbrok, all of that. Did it get you guys also kind of interested into the things? Like, did you look up the characters you were supposed to play, what they did actually in history, what happened, all of that?
Yeah. Obviously we had to do a lot of research, getting into the characters and understanding the environment. But also, just showing up on set was just easy to get into the part, because they have everything there. You're literally walking into an entire Viking village, and there are 100 extras with beard down to the belly button and beautiful eyes and hair and costume and makeup on, and you're like, okay, this is legit. This is super legit.
It's like a museum. I felt
living museum.
Because I, as a kid, I thought it was really boring learn about the Vikings, because we're Swedish and it's like, oh god, here we go.
Here we go again.
But when I started shooting Vikings, it was, of course, a completely different. My interest for that time definitely grew during the show.
Yeah.
But then my character was actually based on a German photographer from the 60s, ASTRID.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, very random.
Nice.
So she had nothing to do with Viking time. She shot the Beatles, by the way. She's apparently the one who cut their famous hair.
Oh, wow.
Michael Hurst loved her and the Beatles, so he sort of wrote her into his show.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice.
Nice. So I read a lot about her and about the 60s instead.
Nice.
But, yeah.
There's another interesting part of that whole thing about a research process. And because I thought I was getting into a lot of who is Ivor the Boneless? How was he? This and this and that. And Michael Hurst actually told me that it's not really that important, because first and foremost they were farmers as Vikings, and they were not as crazy, pillaging, raiding people as the standard view of them is. And so first and foremost, we as actors had to portray human beings. And so that was the most important part, just to show a crippled guy who lives in a society that does not embrace his disease and his handicap. And that was first and foremost what everything was about. So I couldn't, in some regard, I could care less who he was, because I had to show who he was in that universe that we've created there. Yeah.
Yeah, because these are characters who, if they were real, existed over hundreds of years, from like the 6, 7, 8, 900s, yet are all existing at the same time. Yeah, interesting. There's somebody on the left, I think, and then one in the back, way in the back.
Hello. I've got a two-party question for Alex.
Yeah.
Did you directly audition for Ivar, and have you been aware that he's such a sociopath?
You're right on not with sociopath. That's true. Thank you for not saying psychopath. But yeah, no, I did not audition for Ivar in the beginning. I auditioned for Vitsurk, Sigurd, and Uba.
Really?
Yeah, and then so I did that for three times in a row. I auditioned for them, and then it was in the very last audition. Like, we've been sitting there, 14 guys auditioning for the four brothers, and Frank Moselle, the casting director, came down to after 5 hours in. He came down and poked me on the shoulder and said, "Could you read for Ivor?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that. I will be shitting bricks for the next half an hour, but okay, fair enough." Sweaty palms and stuff like that. So I got a new scene with Ivor, set apart from all the other guys, and I was reading that and sweating and thinking, "Oh my God, I have half an hour to know this. Fuck me." Half an hour later, I got up there and I did I did Ivor, and apparently because I didn't know a lot about him, I asked to his disease. Michael Hurst was sitting in the room. I asked Michael, what was up with this character? Oh, he suffers from this disease. Okay, well, is he in pain? Yeah, he's in constant pain. And then I was like, well, if he's in constant pain and has been there for his entire life, he's used to it. So all I did was that, and then I did the scene. So I did,
Hallelujah.
and then
Here
everybody
he
was
is.
like, oh my God. No. So they told me I was playing the pain with my eyes instead of with the body. And that's why I got the part. And I did not know what I was doing. Don't tell anyone. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. And yes, absolutely, he's a sociopath. He's not a psychopath because he understands emotion. He was suffocated with love by his mom. His dad left him. He's more broken on the inside than he is on the outside, I think. And yeah, I knew he was kind of weird. I didn't know he was that weird. Not season 5B where he was a king and burning people alive weird. I didn't know that when I got into the part. But hey, here we go.
Josephine, what was your audition like?
I actually auditioned for Thorin, like 2 years before I got Astrid. Yeah, I think it was between me and Gaia for that role, and they were like, "We loved your self-tape, but we gave it to someone else." But that was a very good decision. She does it brilliantly. So I just self-taped. This was like 2 years later. I self-taped for Astrid, and they told me to come to Dublin to do like a proper audition, because you send in a self-tape, which is your own audition, and I had my boyfriend doing my lines in my small kitchen in my apartment. Nothing looked like Vikings at all. And I sent it in, and they told me to come to Dublin to do a proper audition. But when I showed up, they were like, "Oh, we just wanted to check that you have arms and legs," and you do. Perfect.
Blue eyes, good.
You got blue eyes? Yeah, you got the job.
The blue eyes is so funny. It's everything. Like when we auditioned, we had. I remember looking at everybody and we were like, why did they pick us? Because we were very different. And then we looked at everybody was blue-eyed. And we was like, oh, okay, fair enough. That's the reason why. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
All the way in the back.
Alex, how did you feel about to be a living god in Kattegat?
Oh, we felt great, man. Felt great. Dude, you should try it. That's awesome. You get to burn people for a living, throw axes, you sit on a throne that's really comfortable, there's a little pillow and stuff like that. You have a beautiful wife who used to be a slave, so now you're giving her freedom, and she's eternally grateful, and it's just great. It's a great relationship too, and it was fun. No, it was fun, man, because you get to do stuff that you don't get to do. Right, I don't throw axes in my everyday life, sadly, but actually there's a place in Canada where you can do that. You can drink beers and throw axes, and
awesome.
it sounds like a great combination.
That sounds
Also dangerous. But yeah, they do that in Canada. It's a firm party thing. Like, let's go for a comedy
We should
party.
have that in Scandinavia.
Yeah,
I can't believe we
absolutely.
don't have it in
Why
Scandinavia.
not? I was
We
like,
probably
is that a
do
franchise?
that.
Because I'll take it on.
We probably do that.
Yeah,
In Canada.
that would be
We
awesome.
have some in France too.
Oh,
In
okay.
France, yeah,
Oh, nice.
there you
Okay.
go.
Fair enough. It's a thing.
Probably here in Germany as well, no?
Yeah.
To France next.
Exactly.
There's one here with the purple hoodie, yeah. Thank you, Tina.
Hey, man.
No, Tanya, sorry.
Hey,
Sorry.
oh, sorry. I have a question and a statement. I have a friend
Yeah.
who laughs exactly like Floki. He always does. I tell a joke and he's like. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And my question is, have you contact to Floki, and have you watched the trailer for the movie Dune, where his father plays a role?
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen what he posted on Instagram?
No.
My dad is fatter than yours.
Dune is phenomenal. I'm a massive fan of Denis Villeneuve, the director. And also, Dune is, I'm a massive sci-fi fan. So yeah, I watched the trailer like 1,000 times already. And wish I was Timothée Chalamet every single day. But, we know Gustav, and he's
Yeah, I mean,
the nicest
Gustav
guy.
lives quite close to me in Stockholm, so I usually see him walking around. He doesn't laugh like that, though, all the time.
And he's actually super smooth.
Yeah.
And like in general, he's one of those guys where you're like, oh, you're putting on a character when he's acting.
Totally. He's like the opposite
He's
of the
super
Jones
smooth
type,
and talks very nice, and you know he
was very smooth in Westworld.
he is he
yeah.
is
He was
he's a
very
smooth
suave.
guy. He's a smooth guy, and then you show up to set and he's like. He's amazing.
Very
Amazing.
special.
What he did with that character was awesome.
We've got time for one more, and I think there was one over here on the left. Who I don't remember. Now they don't want to ask it anymore. Then I guess we'll go to the front.
Hello again. I have a question for both of you. I want to know if for you, Bjorn is the son of Rollo of Ragnar.
Oh, if Bjorn is the son of Rollo or Ragnar? Oh, I know what I'm. It's obvious it's Rollo. It's fucking obvious. We talked about it, and when they started talking about that in the beginning of season, what was that? Was that 4B or something like that? 5 maybe? I don't know. And there's been a few seasons. And I remember we were talking about it, and we were like, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. If you put Alexander and Clive, who plays Rollo, beside each other, they're basically the same person. They're both built like fucking mountains. And we have Travis, who's like a little more slim guy. He's also beautiful and Calvin Klein model, yada yada. But, you know, no, it was just obvious. It was obvious. And I like that because it would create a lot of drama for Bjorn. It would make his arc very interesting. Imagine that father complex and been living on a lie for your entire life. I thought that was kind of a missed opportunity, actually. I thought they should have went further with that, but Alexander hated it.
Really?
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned. But I think it's Rollo's.
Josephine, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the same. I do. Even for the very beginning. Sorry.
Yeah. You're smarter. You're smarter than I am. Nice.
I don't know.
No, I know it's because it's shattering your dreams.
It is
I don't
shattering
care
my
about your
dreams.
dreams. That's how it is.
But you know, I'm gonna make a compromise.
But Rollo wasn't his father. Travis wasn't. Ragnar was his father.
Like genetically. Okay, I could admit that Rollo was his father.
Exactly. There you
but
go.
he was Ragnar's son.
Absolutely, and that's what happens if you become your father. It doesn't matter if you're genetically your father. It's the guy who raises you, who's there for you. That's what happened with Ivar and Floki. Floki raised Ivar because Ragnar wasn't there. That's the reason why Ivar kind of was, religiously extreme and crazy. It's not a great combination to be son of Ragnar and getting raised by Floki and being a cripple on top of that. That's not a great combination. No, so that's what happens. It's your legacy that's carried on to you from your father. So.
Yeah, I think that's an important kind of thing to pause and reflect on, and we should probably pause and reflect on the rest of the day.
What a nice.
Because you've got a long day ahead of you. Both of you do.
This is nice. This is nice.
Yeah, it's weird. I must say it's so
I think
nice.
this is more fun than
you
sitting up there.
would think.
I mean, this is nice. Can we do 5 minutes more? Do you want to do 5 minutes more?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll go 5 minutes more.
It's just because Josephine and I don't see each other.
We're gonna go. Okay, we're gonna make a compromise. The young lady in the black Viking shirt has a question. We're gonna let her ask her question.
Yeah.
And then we'll finish up.
Perfect. All good.
Okay. So it better be no pressure.
No,
It better be
no pressure.
It better be a good one.
So, hi. I just wanted to ask you two, what was your favorite scene to act out and your most hated scene to act out?
Yeah, good question.
I mean, I loved all my fighting scenes. I must say, like everything that involved the sword and an axe, that works well for me. I think my most hated scene is my death scene, actually. Oops, spoilers for the
For a while, I think.
It's been 5 years.
5 years
We literally
ago.
talked about it. Yeah. So.
But I think that was, I don't know, that was a hard scene to do. And I don't know why it was my most hated scene. It was a sad day because the same day was Jasper's last day, and I think it was my last day where we actually shot my last scene, which rarely ever happens. Usually you shoot your last scene 2 weeks before you finish. So I remember it being quite emotional for real, and I remember all of us being there. Was a very long day, a lot of people from the cast, difficult scenes, a lot of big wide shots, and big wide shots usually means waiting a lot. And it was something about, I don't know, also leaving the whole show. It was hard, it was emotional, so I think I hated.
She was gonna miss me.
Yeah, that was what I most hated. But the rest was great. The fighting was great.
The fighting was awesome.
Yeah.
I tried it once. My favorite scenes would probably be the screaming and yelling with blood in my face in York. You know, du kan ikke drive mig, nej. And then, saying goodbye to my son in the woods. Baldur scene. I fucking loved that because I had a chance to show emotions and show that he was a caring father.
You had a son?
I had a son, yeah.
For like 10 minutes.
He lived for a day, and then I, left him in the woods for the wolves. Yeah, just like my dad did. I just accomplished the mission. But I love that scene because that was emotional. It was a moment for him to show he's not just a screaming, angry balloon that's just blowing apart all the time. No, I really love that because it was tender, and I remember it being actually real. You're sitting there and you're looking down at that plastic thing you got on your arm that resembles a baby, and you're sitting there and you're like actually choking a little up because and that's weird because it's plastic and you can hit it and it's like, it's not nice, but it worked. I don't know what happened, but that turned real for me, like proper real, and that's a magical moment. Most hated scene, I don't know, my second sex scene or something like that. I don't know. Sex scenes are not as fun as they seem like.
I forgot about those.
Yeah, exactly.
But I didn't hate them though.
Yeah, well,
it was Alexander Ludwig, so and Catherine Winnick. So.
Oh, I had beautiful sex scene with beautiful Alicia. That was not a problem. It was just the fact that we had done the same scene 3 months before. So I was like, why are we doing this again? Like, is there any dramatic thing to this? Or no, it was basically the same scene again because, they had to have a little skin. I was like, yeah, fair enough, here we go. Maybe that's my most hated scene. I didn't have a lot of scenes I hated. They were all fun, and greatest job in the world, man.
Cool. Well, thank you guys both for coming. Thank you all for...
Thank you guys for showing up.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
So nice to see you.
And have a good rest of the day. Josefin Asplund and Høgh Andersen, ladies and gentlemen.
Grow up when you say.
Bleib stehen, hast das Geld, kommt sofort.
Danke sehr, danke sehr.
Wait, we're gonna do one photo from the con, real quick.
What's happening now? Am I supposed to
Yeah, you're supposed to crawl around.
Yeah, you're covering. Don't cover your audience.
Can I take a boomerang?
A boomerang?
Yes.
I'm so not comfortable right now. Publikum winkt einfach.
Genau, winkt oder schrei oder tanzt. Beautiful. Thank you. Danke sehr. Wie gesagt, Haus des Geld, kommt sofort.
Every time.